Hey everybody, Mike here. Planting season is right around the corner and we have several different areas that we usually take a soil sample from around the property before we get too far into spring, just so we can amend the soil before we start actually planting. We keep a pretty large garden. I've got the pasture where I keep my animals, and then I also have my yard. And I try to keep all those kind of in balance based on what we're putting in those areas to keep everything close to the numbers that I want. So this little soil sampler probe is something I picked up 4 or 5 years ago now, and every spring and sometimes in the fall I break this thing out. I go out and get my plug samples, send those into the lab, have those tested, and this thing here just makes it a lot easier than going out there digging a hole with a shovel and essentially doing the same thing. If you've never used one of these before, it's a pretty simple concept. These things are, first off, are built like a tank. They're made out of stainless steel. You can get these in a couple different sizes. This is the 12-inch model. However, you can get these all the way up to a 40-inch. It has a step built onto it as well. So if you're someone that needs a little more strength and you want to use your feet to get that in there, your soil's a little harder, you might consider going with that larger model to give yourself a little extra leverage on that soil to get that thing in there. All you're really going to do, though, you take your little plug off here at the end, and on this one here, it's got the tapered in with the circle inside. They also have one which has this part here missing, and it's just the half tube like you see here. And then, like I said, they got that bigger model that's 40 inches and has a step built into it as well. You'll take this and put it in the soil, and you just work it back and forth and push down until you get that pretty much in the soil all the way down. If you've got harder clay or rock, it's going to be kind of hard to do. Chances are, if you're running in a garden anyways, hopefully you got that soil kind of worked up a little bit to where this thing goes in a little easier. So once you've gone out there, put that in the soil, you've worked it down in there, you'll get something that looks similar to this. And then basically I'll go around the yard, I don't know, 10 or 15 different spots. I'll take all these plug samples like this, throw them in a box. I try to get any organic matter that's usually sitting at the top or any roots out of that. So you're just getting the dirt only. That's going to give you a lot more accurate soil sample. And you can pull this plug out of here like this. Typically, I'll take that and let that dry out for a little bit. Then I'll crumble it all up after it's dried out. I'll take a little bit of that, put it in a bag, send it off to the lab. And about a week or so, they come back with the results and give me what I need. That way I know what I need to amend my soil with. It's a little tricky getting this bottom part out here until you get the hang of it. I can usually just get away with pushing my finger through from the bottom and getting that soil worked out like this. But if you can't do that, or you don't have the finger strength to be able to do it, you could also use like a wood dowel rod to push that up through there, or just take a screwdriver and kind of wring it real quick. And that whole plug will come out like so, and you can move on to the next spot. That's just an easy way to get a quick sample around the yard. You can move around, get as many different samples as you want, mix it together, and you're all good to go. Makes life a little easier during those seasons where you want to get this accomplished. Pretty handy little tool, stores away, real compact. Put it in a drawer until I'm ready to use it again. That's all I got for you today, guys. Appreciate you watching. Good luck out there in your gardens, and we'll catch you on the next one.